Picture this. You're out in the vast ocean, surrounded by nothing but water as far as the eye can see. Sailors and fishermen who spend most of their days navigating these endless waters often come across things that are as strange as they are unexpected. From uncanny sea creatures lurking beneath the waves to peculiar oceanic phenomena, the sea is full of mysteries. In this video, we're going to unveil 10 of the most bizarre and intriguing discoveries made by sailors and fishermen. Get ready to dive into a world of oceanic oddities. Number 10. Noodling. Venture into the depths of a river where the waters are murky and the adventure is waiting. This is the world of noodling, an extreme and controversial fishing method steeped in tradition. Here's the scene. During the catfish spawning season in the warmer months, noodlers, armed with nothing but their bare hands, plunge into the water. The catfish, busy preparing their nests in secluded underwater spots like riverbank holes, logs, or man-made structures, are in for a surprise. The noodler, feeling around these potential nesting sites, waits for a catfish to mistake their hand for a predator and clamp down. That's the signal to seize the fish, often by the gills or mouth, and heave it out of the water. Yet, noodling is not for the faint-hearted. Risks loom large, from drowning while diving deep to injuries from the catfish's bite. Then there's the possibility of an unpleasant meetup with venomous snakes or snapping turtles in those waters. Despite these dangers and the ban in several states across the U.S., noodling endures as a cherished tradition in some areas, passed down through generations. It's this direct, hands-on connection with nature that draws enthusiasts back, time and again, despite the debates and risk. This is the thrill of noodling, a true test of skill and nerve. Number 9. Electric clam. Electric clams are some of the ocean's most unusual inhabitants, thriving in the warm tropical waters of the Indo-Pacific region. Unlike many other marine organisms that use bioluminescence, electric clams create a dazzling light show through reflection. They have special tissues in their mantles filled with silicon nanospheres that reflect light, producing a mesmerizing strobing effect. This isn't just for show. It's a critical survival tactic. The flashing light acts as a defense mechanism, warding off predators like the mantis shrimp. But that's not all. Electric clams also secrete acidic mucus for extra protection. While they're known for their remarkable abilities, electric clams, much like other coral reef inhabitants, face significant challenges. Environmental changes and the declining health of coral reefs, crucial for their survival, cast a shadow of uncertainty over their future. Number 8. Ningan. In the vast, uncharted depths of sub-Antarctic oceans, whispers of a mythical entity named Ningan echo through modern Japanese folklore. Described variously as an aquatic humanoid or a whale-like behemoth, this enigmatic creature first surfaced in a 2007 post on a Japanese forum, reportedly cited by crew members of a whale research vessel. Its appearance is a matter of debate. Some describe it with a humanoid face and substantial limbs, while others see it as a more terrestrial being. Skepticism naturally shrouds these claims, with rational explanations pointing to misidentified icebergs or known sea creatures. Yet the intrigue of cryptids like Ningan ignites curiosity and sparks debates akin to those surrounding the platypus, a creature once considered mythical but later proven real. The platypus, with its unique amalgamation of duck-like bill and mammalian features, was initially written off as a fabrication until its undeniable confirmation as a real species. This historical revelation begs the question, could the Ningan too be lurking unseen in the ocean's abyss? It's a thought that stirs both wonder and unease, contemplating the potential existence of such a creature in the vast and mysterious ocean. Number 7. Tarballs. In Texas, beachgoers have encountered a puzzling and somewhat annoying phenomenon. Tarballs. These small, dark clumps of oil, often found along the shorelines, have been a recurring issue over the past few years. Their origin? Most likely linked to offshore petroleum production activities, including drilling and marine transportation. These activities can lead to discharges from vessels, pumping barges, and tank cleaning, contributing to the tarball's presence on beaches. Another source to consider is natural seepage from the ocean floor. The size and frequency of these tarballs can vary, heavily influenced by wind patterns and ocean currents. In Texas, particularly, the loop current's waters flowing near the southeast Florida coastline can carry significant amounts of weathered oil ashore. While tarballs aren't usually harmful, they can be a real hassle, especially when they stick to your skin or clothing. So next time you spot these black round blobs on the beach, it's wise to steer clear of them. Number 6. Giant lobster. Picture this. A lobster so enormous it makes your average Thanksgiving turkey look small. We're talking about a lobster that's nearly 3 times heavier. This record-breaking crustacean was caught off the coast of Nova Scotia, Canada, in 1977. Weighing in at a whopping 44 pounds or 20.4 kilograms, this lobster was almost as heavy as an average 3-year-old child. But let's bust a myth here. Despite their ability to grow to such massive sizes, lobsters aren't the immortal beings of folklore. True, they grow continuously throughout their lives, which means they can become quite sizable if they live long enough. They grow by molting, shedding their hard outer shell. Each molt allows them to increase in size. However, this growth process requires a lot of energy, especially as they age. Eventually, they reach a point where molting becomes too taxing, which often defines their lifespan. So while they may not be the everlasting sea dwellers of legend, their growth process is still fascinating. Number 5. Basket star. Meet the basket star, an otherworldly invertebrate found on the rocky seafloors across various parts of the world, from the cold depths off the United States west coast to the balmy North Pacific Ocean. This creature, often regarded as an oddity, has a central body no larger than a few inches across. But it's the arms that catch your eye. They're not just any arms. They branch out into a complex labyrinth of smaller limbs, each covered in tiny barbs. These arms, which can stretch out to a few feet in length, aren't just there for looks. They play a crucial role in the basket star's feeding habits, functioning like a net. The basket star anchors itself to the seafloor and catches small sea dwellers like shellfish and jellyfish drifting by in the currents. The barbs on its arms trap its prey, pulling them towards its mouth. But here's the kicker. If a basket star's limbs are damaged or broken, it can regenerate them. This remarkable ability is key to its survival in the challenging ocean environment, where it could easily become prey. With features like these, doesn't the basket star seem even more like a creature from another planet? Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Imagine you're a sailor, navigating the vast ocean, when suddenly you come across something unexpected, a semi-submerged yacht. But that's not all. Inside, in a hidden compartment, you find a sack filled with cash. It's the kind of find that raises more questions than answers. Who did the yacht belong to? What happened to them? And why was this treasure left abandoned at sea? The truth may have sunk along with the yacht. This discovery leaves us pondering. Is this a stroke of luck or the start of a curse? If you were in the sailor's shoes, faced with this unexpected fortune, what would you do? Would you claim the money as your own, or would you hand it over to the authorities? Dive into the comments and share your thoughts on this oceanic mystery. Number 4. Invisible fish. Imagine you're fishing at sea and, to your astonishment, you reel in a creature straight out of a sci-fi movie. This happened to a fisherman who caught a phronima, a small but intriguing sea creature. Part of the amphipod family, phronima is related to shrimps, but it's far more unusual. Despite being no bigger than an inch, phronima stands out in the oceanic crowd. Its most remarkable feature? A transparent body, a clever trick to dodge predators in the sunlit layers of the sea. Yet for us humans, this transparency makes them all the more noticeable and intriguing. Here's a fun fact about phronima. Their life cycle and hunting strategy are as unique as their appearance. Female phronima have an extraordinary way of nurturing their young. They find a barrel-shaped marine animal called a salp, hollow it out using their mouth and claws, and lay their eggs inside this gelatinous vessel. As the eggs hatch, the mother phronima pushes the barrel through the water, ensuring a constant supply of fresh food and water for her offspring. It's fascinating to picture this tiny, nearly invisible creature tending to its young in such a distinctive manner. Number 3. Pulus Raft. In August 2019, the Pacific Ocean played host to an extraordinary sight. A vast floating raft of pumice stone sprawling across an area of about 150 square kilometers. To put that into perspective, that's over 3 times the size of Manhattan Island in New York City. So what is this pumice raft, and how did it form? This floating phenomenon isn't your typical raft. It's the aftermath of volcanic activity. Volcanic eruptions, especially those underwater, can produce immense quantities of pumice, a light, porous volcanic rock. Pumice can float because of the air bubbles trapped within it, which form when lava cools and solidifies rapidly. This particular pumice raft originated from an eruption at the Havre Seamount, an underwater volcano. The eruption on July 19, 2012 was so powerful it created a new volcanic cone at the seamount. The pumice rocks ejected to the ocean's surface then formed this significant floating mass. This large pumice raft has not only intrigued sailors and scientists, but also captured the broader scientific community's interest. Pumice rafts can drift for weeks to years, dispersing slowly into ocean currents. These floating rocks act as mobile habitats for sea organisms, helping to spread marine life over vast distances, although this can also include invasive species. Witnessing such pumice rafts is a rarity. Beyond their geological intrigue, they offer unique insights for scientists to study ocean currents, marine life distribution, and the effects of volcanic eruptions. Number 2, Kch Island. Imagine an island composed entirely of conch shells. Welcome to Kch Island. Not a traditional island, but a stunning accumulation of conch shells piled up by fishermen over centuries. Located near Anegada, the second largest island in the British Virgin Islands, this site has become a unique tourist attraction, symbolizing the Caribbean's long-standing love for conch meat. These shells, a byproduct of the local fishermen's routine of discarding them after harvesting the meat, form the very essence of this island. Conch meat is a staple in Caribbean cuisine, and the shells, known for their beauty, are often sold as souvenirs or crafted into jewelry. However, these shells on Kch Island bear marks from the meat extraction process, which involves making a hole in the shell. But Kch Island is more than just a pile of shells. It's a window into history. Radiocarbon dating indicates that some of the bottom shells date back to around 1245 AD. This suggests that the Arawak people, indigenous to Anegada, also played a role in the accumulation of these conch shells. Modern fishing practices have added to this shell island, enhancing its appeal to tourists. However, this popularity raises concerns about the sustainability of conch populations in the Caribbean, with over-harvesting posing a threat to the species. Would you consider visiting this unique shell island if you had the chance? Number 1, monster piranha. In 2016, a British angler, who's also a TV show host, took on a fishing adventure up the Congo River in Africa and made an almost unbelievable catch. He encountered the Goliath tiger fish, a creature often compared to a giant piranha. This particular fish was a staggering 5 feet long and weighed around 100 pounds. That's one massive catch. The Goliath tigerfish is infamous for its fierce predatory instincts, armed with 32 teeth, each comparable in size to those of a great white shark. Not just a fearsome predator, this fish is also a rare find, mainly due to its dangerous nature and the remote location of its habitat. Known for its aggressive behavior and strength, the Goliath tigerfish is capable of taking on prey as formidable as crocodiles, and in rare cases, even humans. For the British angler, reeling in this giant was no easy feat. Given its size and the threat it posed, he had to be extremely careful, especially while handling the fish, known for its powerful and potentially dangerous bite.